Thank you, Chairperson. Tax income is the lifeblood of government. When that lifeblood becomes infected or there is a significant loss to it, then the question arises whether the country can survive. In South Africa, we have reached a dangerous impasse regarding the viability of tax collection. As such, this House can pass all the taxation laws it wishes. It will have no real effect on actual collection taking place. Die feit is, die belastinglas op Suid-Afrikaners het die Laffer-kurwe verbygesteek. Dit wil sê, ons landse belastingbetalers is nie meer bereid om belasting te betaal nie en is daarom gedurig op soek na wyse om belasting wettiglik te vermy. Wat met die Gautengse e-tolstelsel gebeur het, gebeur nou ook op nasionale vlak. So we have come to a point where the country's tax base is shrinking due to tax avoidance measures, but also due to a shrinking economy. The salient reasons for this can be set out as follows, amongst others. Firstly, service delivery is in a death spiral. Why pay taxes when it is not used as planned? Furthermore, government is being used as an employment agency, outstripping employment uptake in the private sector, and is actively trying to compete with the private sector. So why pay when government overpays redundant employees while competing in the market and destroying jobs? Derdens, en dit is belangrik dat ons ook hierdie in ag neem, en is die plig om die regering te waarsku oor die effek wat die Transnet pensioenhofsaak op die land sal hê in die toekoms, indien daardie spoedig geskik word met die pensionaarsse nie. Die eis beloop nou oor die 100 miljard rand, en wanneer die hof in die guns van die pensionaarsse beslis, sal Transnet onmiddellik afgegradeer word tot rommelstatus, met 'n gevolglike domino-effek op ander staatsentiteite en uiteindelik ook die staat wat rommelstatus sal sien. Suid-Afrika sal ekonomies vernietig word deur daardie hofsaak. Deur die saak nie nou op 'n billike basis te skik nie, sal die regering ons finaal oor die finansiële afgrond stoot. Daarna sal geen belastingbasis meer bestaan as reddingsboei nie. Daarom vra ons vir die skik nou en skik billik met die pensionaarsse. And then ultimately, the last point, poor policies premised on outdated Marxist thinking is currently destroying the economy, jobs, and thus also the tax base. Expropriation without compensation is a nuclear bomb triggered in phases that will finally destroy our economy. It will take everything away from us. Capital outflows from South Africa is currently on par with the records during the 1980s when sanctions were imposed on a then apartheid government. This in effect means that the ANC, obediently following its new master, the EFF, has inflicted its own sanctions on the country and its people, scoring an own goal. This happens in a time when Cuba is changing its constitution to acknowledge private property. This government is trying its best to destroy private property in contrast. As a result, you will see the tax base wither away over time, and so also, unfortunately, social cohesion, which will be detrimental, of course, to the country and its people as a whole. It is the ANC's choice whether you start implementing evidence-based policies that work or follow your newly adopted commander-in-chief to oblivion. I thank you.